What's up, everybody? Dex here, and yes, I am finally back. I know it's been about a year since I've done anything. If you've noticed from the background, if you've watched any of the videos, I am in a new location. We have officially purchased the house that I've talked about before on live stream, and ever since then, let's just say life's been a bit hectic, and also a little bit of some personal things going on, but finally, I am back. I have the new Nikon working up. We have a much better setup. We will be working on the background. As you can see, it's just a big mess behind me right now, but that should only last for a little bit longer here while we're finishing putting some things together. But enough of that. Everybody that comes back, I'm hopefully glad to see some of you return. If not, I completely understand. Again, it was a year absence there. But anyway, I want to go ahead. There's been a lot going on. I want to go through, some more recent stories of our unexplainedmysteries.com that I like to pull a lot of news from. I haven't seen any good new news sources, so if anybody has anything they suggest I read, shoot it over. We'll go ahead and we'll take a look. So without further ado, whatever you want to say, let's go ahead and get into some of these. All right. So, first things first, a little drink here. My favorite, some more stuff from Nessie, right? And this guy, I think we've talked about him before. He's watched a few webcam streams and posted his findings. So, he, again, has found a couple more Nessie bumps in the water from 1-3. We'll go ahead and make sure this audio is muted. And I watched this video earlier. It's not really the greatest quality. So I'm not sure if I'm missing, unless they're talking about here and here. But I was highly disappointed in that one. And the one thing that drives me nuts, we've talked about this before, and I tried to start hashtag Elon help us. Maybe we need something better for that. We'll get it going on Twitter. He's pretty active ever since purchasing Twitter with a bunch of stuff, but this guy has been watching the same low resolution camera forever. I don't know about you, but I have a couple Waze cameras that are $30, and they take pretty damn good video. How do we not have better webcams at places like this? Now, one of the things that I've seen, and I had an argument with somebody, but I completely see their point on this, right? Is the reason we have such low quality camera footage at these locations is because it is a hoax, right? It's just, if you keep it low resolution videos, people can draw conclusions of what they want. And I don't know if that's, I get where they're coming from, but I wholeheartedly think it's possible there's something there. But I do believe that we need to figure out ways to try and help get better equipment at places like this, where it's a constant phenomenon, constantly being seen, and go from there. Like, we're talking, again, a $30 camera. Why can't we get some of these at these locations? So I'm curious what people's thoughts are on that. Like, why is anybody else have that same school of thought of the reason it's such low resolution videos is because if we did have high quality, you would never actually see, or you would always have the correct explanation, and that explanation not being what we all want it to be. I don't know. I'm curious your guys' thoughts on that one. I found it as an interesting discussion. But again, skeptic in me believes it's something else, right? There's another one, no video here. Let's see. Some of these other ones, I don't know. This sounded pretty cool. This one, here we go. I knew there was one more I wanted to bring up in this. Has anybody seen this coming out of Mexico? It's almost like, to me, when I saw this picture, I don't know if anybody else sees this too. I'll give you a second here. But beloved children's kids Christmas film, like, this to me looks like the Abominable Snowman. He just got lost, right? It's all white, the beady glowing eyes. But again, the president of Mexico himself posted this, and I can't understand the reason why he would want to post this. However, it was on February 25th that he did this, and he thinks it's genuine evidence. And I find it interesting because, again, he's the president of Mexico, right? Like, why would he? I don't know. But if you're curious, if you didn't read part of the article while here, it's on the screen. But if I'll read it for you, those at home just listening through the podcast. The creature he claimed was an alux. I believe that's how it's pronounced. It's a elf from Mayan folklore. So, yeah, I mean, it's an interesting picture. Again, I find it kind of funny that it looked like the Abominable Snowman from the one picture. From here, when I first looked at it, this kind of looked like, you know, part of the body. Obviously, it's the tree. We'll get that out of the way. I mistook it at first. However, it's interesting. It does look like this, you know, kind of hooded. It's like a white hood, a real dark face. I can't tell if it looks like maybe a little beard. I mean, obviously I know what a beard is. You can see it's grown much longer in the past year that you guys have seen me. It needs a little bit of a trim. But the beady eyes, it's definitely interesting, right? Like, I don't know if he's trying to draw tourism or what, but again, I've not read too much about this. There's so much lore out there, right? Like, I'm curious if anybody knows anything more about this Mayan folklore, and if so, leave some comments in the YouTube video. If you could, go ahead, go over there and get subscribed, help me out a little bit, and then if not, just go ahead and email me at suburbanparanormal@gmail.com. Let me know your thoughts if you've seen this one. Again, President of Mexico posted this on Twitter on February 25th. So let me know. Like I said, I found that one very interesting. Again, when I first looked at it, I did get a bit confused. That tree and looked like the Abominable Snowman raising his fist and getting all pissed off. Oh my goodness, I think my camera just died. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one here. I wanted to jump over to some ghost stories that I saw on here, ghost news. And this first one, mostly. Girls are hospitalized with anxiety after allegedly playing with a Ouija board. I don't know how many people here have played with a Ouija board. I know I have. I'm a bit skeptical when it comes to Ouija boards, for various reasons, right? Like, the people that usually play with Ouija boards, 9 times out of 10, you always get somebody who just thinks they're funny, wanting to make it move, wanting to, you know, freak people out, and, like, you know, I get it, but there are those of us that really are trying to see if this works. These things have been around for ages. So, I don't know. It's... The thing that's interesting to me is that you have 28 girls apparently claiming this at one time. And yeah, it looks like my camera had died here, even though it said it was a fully charged battery. Great. So back to the story. The 21 students, again, it's interesting you have 28 girls doing it at the same time, but then again, do you have 28 girls just trying to get out of something because they're all doing it in school? I don't know. It's a story out of Colombia as well. It's not something from around here. But I'm curious because another discussion I'd like to have with somebody about this kind of stuff is the Ouija board itself, right? How many have done it? How many believe in it? And how many are, you know, think that it's just something that's kind of been proven to be false, but it's been kept around just because it's been around for so long. Yeah. So that's my take on that one. I've done it. I don't think I've ever dealt with somebody that was serious enough to actually try and let it work if it was to be real. So, anyway, couple videos that I did find cool. This trucker capturing this on the Arizona highway. And let's go ahead and blow this up for those watching at home. And again, if you're not subscribed on YouTube, go ahead and get us. Now, if you didn't see that, it looks like half of a figure or a person, right? Like, I don't know if you want to say it's residual, but here they play it one more time in real slow motion here. So if you watch right on the right-hand side, right there, right? It looks like, I don't know if you want to say half a human, or if it's just, I don't know, right? Like, what? It is sure as hell very, very interesting looking. It only looks like the bottom half of a body, though. Like, from when I look at it, and I don't know how many people saw it too, and I'll put it up one more time. I just want to bring it directly to that spot on the video. And right about here, you can see what looks like 2 feet. This is you know, like where the legs come up to meet, this would be like the waist, but that's it. There's no rest of a body that I can see in the video. So, I don't know. This one doesn't seem to be playing tricks. I don't see this being as any kind of artifact of something, you know, like, I find it very, very interesting. So I wanted to show that one, and I'd like other people's feedback on this. As always, I value feedback from anybody on all of the stuff that we review on this channel. So that one, check it out. If anybody happens to know anything more about that story too, definitely send it along. It's definitely another really interesting one. Now this one, we got a dog walker. I think, is this one? No. Notice not a lot of stuff in the USA recently. Don't know what that's about. I guess the USA's got enough other problems going on. But we're not that kind of channel. Anyway. Apparently, they picked this up in the wee hours of the morning, I guess they say over there in Nottinghamshire. Sorry, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I think they call it wee hours of the morning, if I'm not mistaken. But a demon stalks a dog walker. And if you're watching, cool. If not, I'm going to explain it, and I'm going to stop it right here. Now, if you can see, this looks like what appears to be a white mist figure pop up out of nowhere and is running across. And we'll go ahead and let the rest of this play real quick. Oh, that's right. They stopped it right there. But you can see, we'll play it one more time. They put this yellow circle on, and once they, put the flashlight on, it's gone. But the weird part, like, it doesn't look like it's a foggy night, so that doesn't explain it. It kind of just appears and disappears off to the left-hand side of the screen. So there's that. The normal elements that, I would look for is you're outside at 6:30 in the morning. You would think, is it, when you see your own breath? If it's a cold day, you would see your own breath. Could that possibly be it? No. It definitely has the shape of what looks like, someone's crouched real low and running. Why you would crouch real low and run, though, I don't know. If it's a real ghost or a demon, then, they hunch over a lot, right? And all the myths and lore we've seen from many years now. So, I'm curious if anybody has any other explanations as to what this could be or why it would come up like that. Again, it doesn't look to be any sort of mist or fog from a cold day. It doesn't look like someone's breath from, breathing in the cold. So it's another interesting one. This last one. And again, this one came from last year. And this, when I was trying to get things going, again, I've tried to do this a couple times now, and I'm finally able to get this back. But this one has come from Florida. Florida man. But this video was posted on Reddit originally in Gainesville. And when he looked out his garage door, it looked like a person peering in. And you can kind of see it there. And we're going to play it video. Now this is actually a longer video. We're not going to play the whole thing. But I just want to play this beginning part here that shows it. Right there. I mean, you can see outlines of some eyes. Here's a nose. Here's a mouth. It kind of looks girlish to me. Because this kind of looks like, some bangs. This is an ear. Like, to me, it looks pretty clearly defined as what looks like a face peering in. Oh, it moved. Oh, I missed that part. Ooh, y'all just got a pretty good live reaction out of me. So, this is the door in the daytime. And you can kind of still see it here. Right? Like, it looks like it moves in the other video. Oh, I haven't watched this in a while, so I'm kind of interested again. This looks like what appears to be something staring out of the window. Now, I know I got a good bit of fans in the South. So if anybody happens to know about this one, let me know. Now the only thing, I remember this one too. The only thing that kind of makes me wonder about this one, that bottom part of this window looks to be covered in some sort of black, I don't know if you want to, like a black poster board or something to make sure no light's going in. And then you have, obviously, what looks like a curtain pulled down. So it's just this, what looks like a face to be peering out. Now, if you were to fake something, this would be a pretty good way to fake it, right? Like, someone moving back and forth inside of this garage. They're playing the reflection angles pretty well off of this roof. But again, and of course they're going to go in, oh no, never mind. See, I apologize. It's been a while since I've seen this video. So again, you have what looks like a face. It seems to be only at a certain angle. Only when they're far back does this picture appear. So, is this matrixing? Is it not matrixing? I don't know. There's a couple times it does seem like it moves, but again, is that just the way the camera is? It is weird. But it does seem like when he gets closer, doesn't look like it could be smudges on the mirror, or sorry, smudges on the glass, anything like that. I don't know. It's a really good video, and I know I said I wasn't going to play the whole thing, but we did just play most of it. So, that's it. That's it on that one. Again, that one's really cool. So, the last bit, UFOs are their favorite subject. There's been a lot going on, and we've been promised, again, more reports. Nothing's come out. People have been posting things here and there. As you can see, this website's been pretty updated with a bunch of new articles. I found it interesting that this one, you got the Tennessee congressman. I was actually talking to somebody else about this one recently. You got a Tennessee congressman out here actually saying they're reverse engineering alien technology. I don't know the end game on this one, right? If he's like one of the first who are really like coming out and just be like, yeah, we're good. Like, this is what's happening. Now, he claims alien, but I mean, alien could mean different things to different people. And yes, majority of the people are going to mean alien as someone from not in this world or universe, whatever you want to call it. But again, he's talking UFOs and aliens. Like, this guy's out there talking about it. So I find it interesting, right? And like, I'm curious to see if we get a bunch of senators, because all of our freaking politicians are so old. Like, I'm just waiting for a couple to just be on their deathbed and be like, yeah, I was part of the cover-up. You can find it all here. And like, there's the massive document dump. Because what are you gonna do? They're dead. They don't give a shit at that point. And I'm sorry, I know I usually keep it friendly, but they're not gonna give a goddamn rat's ass about it. And I want it to happen. I want that to happen so damn bad. But there's been a lot recently, and there's a couple stories I want to cover more in depth. Again, I have a few more ideas that I'd like to get through here, and I can't get back on camera again. My camera had died. I may need to get a new battery for this guy. I think the battery's faulty, or a battery AC adapter that's available. So anyway, guys, I always appreciate you tuning in, listening to me rant and rumble. And again, recently I have met a few people online. I've told them about this podcast, told them a new episode was coming, and I know it's been about a month or two for those people. So again, I thank you all for bearing with me while I got some affairs in order, but I am definitely excited to be back doing the podcast. I have a few interviews lined up, or I shouldn't say interview, more like guest, to come on and talk about it. Different things, everything from, ghost talk to talk about aliens. If you want to come on and talk, again, I want to be more open and honest. The website, I put up suburbanparanormal.com, then apparently everything got erased. Found out there was an issue with my web host, where I was hosting everything, and that was another thing that kind of was a few blows in a row that had put me down a little bit. But again, now that I'm back, we're going to see some more content on the site as well. So guys, again, thank you very much. If you can, subscribe to me on YouTube. The YouTube now, thankfully, has given channel IDs. You don't need to reach a certain point, so you should be able to find me youtube.com/Suburban Paranormal. Again, last time, thanks for tuning in, and I hope to catch you guys very soon. Thanks.